Griffin YouTube channel. Yep, I'm stuck on Planet Coaster still. Um, I'm doing these scenarios, and when I'm doing a scenario, I definitely don't make a very good park because I'm kind of in a hurry, and I usually don't have much money. And it's always a fight to try to get to a point where you're profitable enough to start building stuff. And in this one in particular, like this is a really weird landscape. You'd have more a different kind of bridge structure, and I wish you could kind of like change the bridge structure and things like that to make it look neater. But this is just a difficult area to build in, which is the point, and messes with the camera angles too. But there's some cool stuff you can do, and anyway, the point of this video is to mostly talk about these two rides. This is one I did in the last scenario, and it's not as efficient as I'd like, but it worked out pretty well, and people really like it. So I used it in the last scenario, and then it's actually like just under $7,000, and so I was able to put it in here once I had enough money. I like making these things go out over this cliff. Like this goes out over it, this goes out over it. It's really cool. Um, so I placed this, and it's a good roller coaster. Like it's whoops. It's got pretty good numbers. Like everything's in the green. Um, it's just over 500 meters, which is what I needed to hit in the last scenario. Everything's pretty good on it, and so like it's a good ride. This is not a good ride, and I was hoping it's too long and it's too slow actually. So I need to edit it and I think speed up some block sections, block breaks here and there, just because like I like stuff moving slow sometimes. Like once it gets up here and it's like really moving slow, that would be kind of scary. You're hanging sideways and you're moving slowly, but the game doesn't seem to consider hanging sideways over empty space as something that people would be afraid of. I'm gonna, oh, look at that queue. You know what? I won't do it yet. I'll wait for it to like break down or something. I want to go in and change the block breaks to speed them up. So with that in mind, we're gonna give it a ride. I'm also going to eventually put some torches in here and maybe some skeletons and stuff, bones, if I can. I think that there's some assets like that that you can place. It was pretty late at night when I finished this, and I did smooth up the bits of track where I built curves, custom built curves. In some cases I didn't smooth it up as much as I normally would, but I did smooth it up, so that should help. I don't like doing multiple lift hills, but I kind of had to here. Here we've got a 90-degree drop. Then a half loop over this. Corkscrew exit, I think. And then this big 180 or 80-degree banked loop. Then I hang them sideways for just a second. Do a helix. Heartline roll. Another big helix. Back up to another block section. And then we do a half inline twist, half loop. A slow one, which I love. I can't remember what kind of roll this was, a dive roll maybe. And then This is it goes right into this 180 loop, or 80. Sorry, another 80-degree loop, and we barely make it through this one, which I like, but the game doesn't give very good stats for that. And then this is kind of a custom built figure 8 helix kind of thing. I was needing to reposition and lower the track, and so I built it this way, and I think it works okay. They don't really care that much, but we go into a slow heartline roll. That could be faster. And then here it gets a little wonky because I was trying to put another block brake section and then get the track down to where it needed to be. With another bit of a lowering figure 8, or a figure 8 helix kind of thing. So there we are. It works okay for what it is. I hate coasters that are this big and this like spread out, but to use the terrain the way I wanted, I kind of had to do it. But you can see the excitement rating's really low. Everything else I'm fine with, but the excitement rating needs to be higher. It's a long ride, but it only gets to... I was hoping it would get faster. I need it to get faster. And my vertical G-force is pretty high. That lateral G-force is probably a little bit high. Forward and back's not too bad. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that coaster. It's fun, I guess, but I don't like... I like using terrain, but I think I need to focus on using one piece of terrain. But then I wind up hating... Like I get up here high, I wanted to loop around this arch, and I wanted to go through this tunnel. And so by the time I went through the tunnel and looped around the arch, I was way up here, and I'm like, okay, I want to use all this space. So I thought I'll go back and forth up in this end of this canyon or whatever, and I didn't really do that very well and kept running out of money and all that good stuff. Anyway, this one's a much better ride. And there's not anything too special about this, other than you can just almost high-five people on that one. Well, there you have it. It's a short ride, but it's a pretty good one. I like the way I used the space that I had and the money that I had. So, anyway, that's that. I've got a lot to do with this scenario. I was going to build more rides down here, but luckily now I don't have to build paths this way. I can put maybe another thrill ride in here. I could maybe build a path. I don't know. There's just not much space you can really legitimately use when you're on a budget. I am making more money now thanks to this ride. Like, I didn't really start making money until that ride, which is weird because most of these rides have been very good, and I've had steady queues and people were willing to pay money for them. But anyway, so and actually I should show it on my last scenario because I actually built a really cool thing around the station, and I'm going to do that here. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But anyway, I'll show that at a later time maybe. Thanks for watching. See ya.